Okay, so with multiplying, dividing, and dividing rational expressions, you're really going to treat them just as you would regular fractions. So the first thing you want to do is always simplify your fractions. Once you've simplified, or if you can't simplify, you're going to, with multiplication, you're going to multiply your numerators, you're going to multiply your denominators, and then you're going to simplify your final answer. With division of fractions, this is just another way to write it like this, with the old school division symbol. And then we're just going to change it to multiplying by the reciprocal. So it's a over b multiplied by d over c. Again, multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, and simplify your final answer. So let's do a couple of them. Our first example is kind of monomials in each of these pieces. As it is with the fraction on the left, there's really nothing I can do to simplify, and the same thing as the fraction on the right, actually. So we're just going to go ahead and multiply across. So we're going to get 60 r squared n cubed t squared, and that's going to be over 45 r cubed n t to the fourth. And then we're just going to simplify our answer. So we have 60 over 45, and that simplifies, let's see, to 4/3, I believe. And then we have n squared over n cubed, so that gives us, r squared over r cubed, so that gives us r in the denominator. We have n cubed over n, that gives us n squared in the numerator. And then t squared over t to the fourth would give us t squared in the denominator. And since we just have one of each variable, our fraction is simplified. That's our final answer. So for our second example, I've given more than just a monomial. We have some binomials and trinomials here. And it's multiplication. So what we're going to do is we're going to factor each of these first to see what we can simplify. So we have a GCF on the top there, which is 3x. And I'm left with x minus 2. And for the denominator, that factors to be x minus 3 and another x minus 3, or we could certainly write that as x minus 3 squared as well. And then for our other fraction, we're going to factor the numerator to be x minus 3 and x plus 2. And then on the bottom, we have a difference of squares, which is x minus 2 and then x plus 2. Since everything is multiplication, we can simplify really as much as we want because we have it all written as all factors. So we're going to cancel factors that they have in common in the numerator and denominator. So I have, let's see, I have an x minus 2 over x minus 2, which is 1, x minus 3 over x minus 3, which is 1, and x plus 2 over x plus 2. So we are left with 3x over x minus 3. And that's as simplified as we can get.